Hello and welcome to Consumer Times. The food industry is getting a major makeover. New labeling guidelines for processed foods are here, and they're going to transform how you read every package in the grocery store. From clearer ingredient lists to stricter, natural claims, these changes will finally give consumers the transparency they've been demanding for years. In this Consumer Times deep dive, we break down exactly what's changing when these new rules take effect, and most importantly, what this means for your family's food choices. Whether you are a health-conscious shopper or just trying to understand what you're really buying, this episode will arm you with the knowledge you need. Hello, I am your host Dr. Arun Kumar welcomes you back to Consumer Times, where we cut through the marketing fluff to bring you the truth about what you're really buying. Today we're diving into breaking news that's going to change how you shop for food forever. The FDA just released comprehensive new labeling guidelines for processed foods, and frankly, it's about time. These aren't just minor tweaks, we're talking about the most significant overhaul of food labeling regulations in over 2 decades. So grab your favorite snack, because after this episode, you might be reading its label very differently. Let's talk about the elephant in the room: what counts as processed food. Under the new guidelines, companies can no longer hide behind vague categories. The FDA is introducing a three-tier system: minimally processed, moderately processed, and highly processed. Your frozen vegetables? Minimally processed. That protein bar with 30 ingredients you can't pronounce? That's getting flagged as highly processed, right there on the front of the package. The major change hits ingredient transparency. Remember when you'd see natural flavors and wonder what that actually meant? Those days are numbered. Companies now have 18 months to break down these umbrella terms. Natural flavors will need to specify whether we're talking about vanilla extract or beaver gland secretions. Yes, that's actually a thing called sestrum, and it's been legally hiding under natural flavors for years. Here's where things get really interesting. Words like wholesome, farm fresh, and kitchen crafted are getting the regulatory hammer. The FDA is creating a restricted vocabulary list for marketing claims. If you can't prove it scientifically, you can't print it on your package. This is huge news for consumers who've been navigating a maze of meaningless marketing speak. The natural claim is getting completely redefined. Under current rules, natural basically means not synthetic, which is so broad it's nearly useless. The new definition requires foods labeled as natural to undergo minimal processing and contain no artificial additives. That natural soda with artificial colors? It's about to get a reality check. Let's be honest, this isn't just about health, it's about money. When you're paying premium prices for products marketed as artisanal or craft made, you deserve to know if that's just fancy packaging around an industrial product. These new rules will expose which premium-priced items are actually worth the extra cost. The sugar labeling changes alone could save the average family hundreds of dollars a year. Added sugars will now be broken down by type: corn syrup, cane sugar, fruit concentrates, making it impossible for companies to play shell games with sweeteners. When you see that your healthy granola bar has 3 different types of added sugar totaling 15 grams, you might reach for that apple instead. The rollout is happening in phases. Large manufacturers have 18 months to comply, smaller companies get 24 months, and specialty products have 30 months. But here's the kicker: companies can start implementing these changes immediately, and many are, to get ahead of the curve and avoid the last-minute rush. During this transition period, you are going to see both old and new labels on shelves simultaneously. My advice? When given the choice between two similar products, grab the one with the new labeling format. Companies that are proactively adopting these standards are typically the ones with nothing to hide, Of course, not everyone's happy about this. The Processed Food Association called these regulations overly burdensome and warned about increased costs being passed to consumers. But here's what they're not telling you. Studies from countries that implemented similar labeling requirements show that increased competition and transparency actually drive prices down over time. Some companies are already reformulating products to meet the new standards rather than just changing labels. That's exactly the kind of positive industry response these regulations were designed to trigger. Starting today, become a more strategic label reader. Look for companies already adopting the new format. They're showing respect for your right to know what you are eating. Download our free label reading checklist in the description below and start voting with your wallet for transparency. The food industry spent decades perfecting the art of confusion. These new guidelines are handing the power back to you, the consumer. Use it wisely. That's a wrap on today's Consumer Times. Hit subscribe if you want to stay ahead of changes that affect your daily life, and drop a comment telling us which food label claims you're most excited to see clarified. Until next time, keep questioning what you're buying.